Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because today we're gonna be talking about season 2 of Ginny and Georgia. The first season was an absolute 10 out of a 10, and this season as well, I loved it so much. So if you guys also want to go watch the show, I would definitely recommend you guys to go do so. The show is actually available to watch on Netflix, so go ahead, type in Ginny and Georgia and enjoy it. But my main focus for this video will to be talking about the relationship that happened between Maxime and Sophie, and not only Sophie but also Silver on the show, because if you guys don't know, during season 1, Maxime and Sophie, they were actually in a whole full-on relationship and everything was going very well between them. But before we get into more details, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments regarding this show if you have watched it, and what would you personally rate it 1 to 10. So let's get right into more details. So basically, like I was already saying, so Maxime and Sophie, they were on a full-on relationship. They were in love. Everything between the two ladies were going super well until one day Sophie decided to break up with Maxime at the end of the season, and her reasons was because she was going, she's actually finishing high school and that she will be moving away very soon, and she didn't want to do no long distance relationship, and she also wants Maxime to explore more. So after that, as things progresses, Maxime was very heartbroken. She was still trying to get Sophie back, but Sophie was in no mind of her. At this point, Sophie was already, moving on with someone else. She was already going on dates with someone else and already removed herself completely from Maxine. And of course, Maxine, she was still, trying to go after her, be nice to her, talk to her, even invited her to her party, and she ended up not showing up. So, at this point, Maxime, she was like, okay, Sophie's done with me, but she was still crying and, being like emotionally going through it, but she knew that Sophie would not come back because at this point she was already in a relationship with another guy. But here comes Silver in the picture. Silver is actually the lady, the designer, that's in charge of the whole theater that they were gonna have at the school, this whole piece. And of course, Maxime ends up being the evil, how do you say, the evil witch. So Silver and Maxime met on their terms because Silver was actually designing Maxime's costume, and they ended up having a very good bond since the beginning, since they met, and everything was going well. And then Maxime ended up inviting Silver to her party, but at this point Silver already knew about Maxine and she already had a crush on her, but she just never had the opportunity to approach her and show that she knew that she'd been having these feelings for her. So as things progresses, Maxime and Silver ended up enjoying Maxime's party together. They were hanging out, but still Maxime was all speaking about Sophie, hoping that Sophie was gonna show up at her party, and of course that made Silver feel a type of way, but it also made Silver understand that it's not the right moment to approach Maxime. So as things progresses, what end up actually happening after the whole piece, when first, one thing that I have to say, the moment that Maxime decided to give up on Sophie was when she went after Sophie and she was like, hey, I see you still have our pictures up on social media, you didn't block me, you didn't unfollow me, you're still nice to me. Like she was trying to use that reasons to make her feel like Sophie still had a type of interest in her. But Sophie made it very clear to her and said, don't text me, don't call me, leave me alone. We have to disconnect from one another 100%. So after that, Maxime actually took her cries and she moved on. And then Christmas came up, and Maxime actually ended up being Silver's secret Santa, and that's where everything develops between them, because Maxime actually ends up giving Silver this very beautiful book of painting for her to do her paintings and all of that. And that's where everything for the two ladies started to connect, because their friends were starting to notice that they were actually flirting with one another. But Maxime wasn't on it because she was still trying to get over Sophie. But then things quickly took a turn, because after the whole theater piece, everything went by. Sophie actually went to see the theater piece as well, but at the end of the show, Maxime approaches Silver and and gave her this very beautiful kiss. And after that, the two ladies started to talk and started to take things to the next level between them by just talking at this point, like dating, casually dating. But then Sophie comes back in the picture and she actually asks Maxime to go out for a coffee because she feels like they have a lot to talk about and a lot of closure and clarifications to get on everything that's been going on. So of course Maxime still having that feelings for Sophie, she ended up accepting the coffee date, and she actually went out on their own, like they went out and they went to have coffee, and that's when Sophie actually told Maxime like, hey, I miss me and my guy, we ain't together anymore, I'm single, but I know me and you, we won't get back together, but I want to be friends with you. And Maxime was like, no, I can't be friends with you, I still like you are okay with being friends with me right now, but I'm not okay with being friends with you right now, because there is still a lot of healing to do in order for me to get to that level of actually just being your friend. And after that, you can actually see that Sophie was slowly trying to get Maxime back, but Maxime, she wasn't having it, and she actually told Sophie, now that I'm interested in someone else and that I'm talking to someone else and I'm starting to like someone else, you come back in the picture, say that you missed me and that you want us to be friends. Like, no, that ain't gonna happen. And after that, Maxime, she, for the very first time, she actually put her foot down and she told Sophie, no, I'm not ready to be friends with you, I'm like someone else, and if I get ready to that stage to be friends with you, I'm gonna contact you. And of course, Sophie, she had to understand the situation, and she respectfully understood Maxime's situation, and ended up after that whole situation, their conversation just stopped there. And Silver and Maxime, they ended up continue having a communication. And of course Silver don't know about this whole coffee date, and it's also understandable that she doesn't know about it, because at the end of the day nothing happened. It was just two exes meeting up and talking it out, and they both actually got their closure. I'm happy that Maxime actually had got her closure, because she really wanted Sophie back for so long, and Sophie was just giving her the cold shoulder, and now Sophie wants her for them to work on a friendship. It's not the right moment to do so, but currently Silver is a very kind guy, very kind girl. She treats Maxime with a lot of love, attention, caring, and she doesn't put pressure on her for them to figure out their situation. She's actually just letting everything flow very naturally. So basically at the end of season 2, so at this point Maxime and Silver, they are dating, they are officially dating and getting to know one another. So I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen on season 3, because season 2 is definitely a must watch. Like I already said, guys, I don't know what's gonna happen with Sophie, I don't know what's gonna happen with Maxime and Silver's situation, but hopefully they can figure something out, because I just want Maxime to be happy, because she's a girl that wears her heart on the sleeve and she really loves love, and hopefully she can find a girl that they can give her that same energy back. And I feel like Silver is a perfect match for it. I don't know how the season is gonna progress in the upcoming season, but yes guys, that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I also want to say that I've activated the super stickers to the channel, just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. I will also really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until the next video, and goodbye.